here are your game announcers, Andrew Pelkey, David Duncombe, and special guest Lady Warrior coach Earl Anderson.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're at Nokomis Regional High School for our Eastern Maine Class A matchup between the Hampden Broncos and the Nokomis Warriors. Nokomis comes in at 2-6, while Hampden's at 3-7, so it should be a good matchup. The last game was.
Yeah, tonight I think Nokomis really wants to win to lift them up above, Hampden and a lot of the other teams, because the heel points are really close right now in the boys' rankings.
I think both teams are in a similar situation. I think they've struggled over the first half of the season, both clubs, but they're looking to get on track. I know the win Tuesday night at Oxford Hills hopefully is a momentum builder for Coach DeFrederico's team.
And the Lady Warriors picked up a good victory the other night too, Coach, against Oxford Hills.
Yes, they're all good victories. A win is always nice, and hopefully we can take that into tomorrow's game.
Well, we're about 3.5 minutes from game time, and we're going to go over the heel points now. Mount Blues at 7-1, getting their first loss just this week. They lost to Coney, I believe it was. And Presque Isle moved from 3rd to 2nd, while Bangor's dropped one spot. Gardner at 7-2, a very tough Gardner team. They're really quick. Then you have Skowhegan dropping a little bit, along with Lawrence moving up, and Caribou staying and dropping a couple places down. And then you have Brewer and Coney tied for 8th. Coney made the jump up from 15th to 8th with that victory over Mount Blue. That was a big victory for them. And Madomic Valley, Meslonsky, Hampden Waterville, and Nokomis at 14, and Hampden's at 12, so it's a really big matchup. Each team did get a win this week, but the team that wins tonight is going to move up in the standings while that other team drops. And the surprise to me is Old Town's finishing up right in last place right now.
Yeah, that's a little surprising. I looked at Waterville down where they were, and they were, one play away from a big win over an 8-1 Bangor team, which would have juggled things for them. I think Class A is pretty wide open with the boys. I think from what I understand, Mount Blue is the class of the KVAC, and Bangor is the class of the Big East, but I don't think either one of those are dominating teams.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Bangor has the power they've had in the past couple seasons where they just blew teams away. They play more of a controlled game than they used to.
I don't see a dominating team in Class A boys. I think it's very, very wide open.
So if Nokomis could sneak into the tournament, they could possibly have a chance to do some damage in the tournament.
I don't think there's any doubt the 8 teams that go, all 8 will have a shot.
Should be very exciting this year.
And Nokomis is looking for a tournament berth this year. They haven't been there for 7 years, I think it is.
And tonight's matchup, it's about a couple minutes away from tip-off. In the last game for Nokomis, Nate Belanger had 10 points, but he won't be playing tonight because of disciplinary action. And Spencer Day checked in with 13. And Rodney Rouse had 25, and he's averaging a double-double on the year. He's really made a big step up from JVs last year to varsity this year.
I think he's, in a lot of ways, he's their most important player. I think when he plays well, gets off to a good start, they're a different team.
And for Hampden, it was Andy Peppard. He played real big against Nokomis last time, was real tough inside. And the freshman Rogerson did a real good job for them, from handling the ball some when Martin would go out for a break or they take the ball out of Martin's hands. He's very mature for a freshman and plays very well.
He's the best looking freshman that I've seen in a long time. You see talented freshmen, but rarely do you see a freshman that I would call a good player as a 9th grader, and I would label him a good player even right now. And I think Peppard is one of the 2 or 3 best players in Eastern Maine.
Right up there with Jason St. Pierre. And
when Peppard plays well, I think he's as good as any player in Eastern Maine.
Well, we're about ready for tip-off here. They got the time on the clock for the first quarter, and tonight's referees are Jeff Paul and Don Petrowski. Hampden is coached by Andy Frace. That's your friend, I believe, Coach. got to be kind of nice to each of the coaches tonight.
Yeah, Andy was a freshman coach my last year at Hampden, and of course Coach DeFred's a good friend. So it's kind of an interesting setup.
And now we're going to hand it over to the PA announcer, Adam Biles.
Please notice that Nokomis is a smoke-free school, and we ask you that you do not bring drinks into the gym. A side note, our Nokomis Varsity cheerleaders will be performing a regional competition tomorrow at Bangor Auditorium. The national anthem begins at 2:40. Enjoy your support. Don't miss it.
The hole is close. Okay.
Back to the game. We remind you that good sportsmanship is a vital part of the game of basketball. A true sport shows a combination of values and attitudes which indicate desire for both excellence and cooperation. Respect, fairness, courtesy, and a graceful acceptance of the results are all characteristics of good sportsmanship. A good sport and a good spectator should reflect the spirit of fair play. Now let's meet the non-starters for the visiting Hampden Broncos. Number 10, Mike Roberts. Number 25, Tim Shaw. Number 30, Chris Shaw. Number 35, Jamie White. Number 42, Aaron Bolio. Number 50, Jason Peete. The non-starters for the Warriors tonight are number 10, Richie Otis. Number 15, Josh Grant. Number 22, Jared Otis. Number 23, Nate Belanger. Number 30, Brandon Ellison. Number 40, Robson Fernandez. And number 44, Travis Floyd. Now for the starting lineups. First with the visiting Hampden Academy. At forward, number 32, Bo Thomas. At the other forward, number 33, Justin Crawford. Also a forward, number 40, Aaron Pepper. At guard, number 15, Derek Rogerson. At the other guard, number 20, Dan Martin. Hampden is coached by Andy Frace. And now for your own Nokomis Regional High School Warriors, at forward, a senior, number 32, Spencer Day. At the other forward, also a senior, number 25, Dan Ledbetter. At center, a junior, number 33, Rodney Rouse. At guard, a senior, number 12, Nate Davis. At the other guard, a freshman, number 20, Jeff White. Nokomis is coached by Jim Federico. Please stand and remove your hats as Andy Packard plays our national anthem.
Now it's game time, ladies and gentlemen, and now is once again Andrew Packard doing a good job doing the national anthem, honoring America. And it looks like referee Jeff Paul will be throwing the ball up.
Always.
And it looks like it will be Rodney Rouse facing up against Aaron Peppard.
Coach DeFederico still trying to find that right match for a starting lineup, still juggling around, trying to find the right formula, I guess you'd say.
And as we know, it's always a game time decision who he's going to start.
Ball's up, Peppard wins the tip, but Spencer Day grabs it and gives it to White. Now give it to Nate Davis, who's going to be at the point this evening. He's guarded by Rogerson. Ledbetter has it now on the right wing. Nokomis being patient on offense here, trying to work the ball inside. They get it to Davis outside. He doesn't want the shot. Dribbles out top. Hampden in a little man-to-man defense, packing it in though. Rebound there by Thomas for Hampden, and now Martin will control for Hampden. Ball goes back to Martin, now to Rogerson. He'll take the 15-footer and hits 2-0 Hampden early in the first quarter. Davis gives it to Ledbetter out on the right wing. Now to Rouse, gets it out top. He doesn't want it out there. Gives it to Day in the lane. Knocked away nicely by Peppard. Long pass up. He gets it. Spins around Nate Davis and lays it in for an easy 2.
And looks like Nokomis is going to be slowing it down. Unlike normally, they usually run the floor rate to begin with at the beginning of the game.
Ledbetter being guarded by Martin out on the right wing. Trying to get post Davis inside. Nice pass by Spencer Day to White.
It was a good cut to the rim by Jeff White as well.
Ball goes trying to work it into Peppard. It's stolen by Ledbetter. He'll give it up to Nate Davis, and Nokomis will go into their offensive set.
This is the slowest tempo that I've seen Nokomis play. They usually like to get the game in the 60s or 70s.
Rodney Rouse with a little jump hook. Can't get the roll. Rebound by Peppard. He holds up and gives it to Martin. Now quickly down to Rogerson. He'll penetrate the lane and take the 5-footer and hit.
Tough shot.
6-2, Hampden leads early in the first quarter. Davis going to penetrate down the lane. He'll take the short jumper, no good. Hampden really controlling the boards and only letting Nokomis get one shot. Rogerson guarded closely now by White. Ball goes to Thomas, looking inside to Peppard. He's double teamed, throws the shot up, no good. Rebound. Nate Davis slows it up again, gives it to White. Rouse penetrates, gets the ball stolen, and Hampden looking to run. Nice bounce pass there to Rogerson. He's got 6 early points here in the first quarter.
Nokomis needs to get back on transition defense there. No one's coming back. The only person back there was Nate Davis.
Well, usually turnovers lead to transition opportunities for the other team, and Nokomis can't turn the ball over and win, I don't think.
You see Jeff White hit a nice little runner to score his second basket of the game. 8-4, Hampden up, 4:44 to go. Ball goes inside to Peppard. He's quickly surrounded, but he hits the little turnaround anyways.
The help side was a little late that time by Jeff White. Even though he did get there, gave Peppard some room.
White gets it now on the left side. Day will try to penetrate, bounce past the Ledbetter. The shot is good. Spencer Day doing a good job early hitting the open man. Rogerson takes the 3, no good. Rebound Rodney Rouse. White takes the 3-pointer and hits. 10-9, Hampden up by 1 now as the team's starting to heat up a little bit.
another good-looking freshman. Very impressive.
That's Thomas with the ball. He gets it back to Martin. Ball is swung over to Crawford. Nokomis playing a swarming type defense. Martin takes a shot, no good. Rebound Crawford, up, no good. Ledbetter controls the glass. He'll get it to White. White penetrating, puts up the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. He's coming out more aggressive than I've seen him all season.
Yeah.
I think he's developing some confidence with with each game.
He's not playing as tentative as before. And before he would have to see, his last option would be to shoot. Now he's looking to shoot first rather than pass and dribble.
Checking in for Hampden was Chris Shaw and number 10, Mike Roberts. Nokomis misses a free throw. That's not really a surprise. They're not a very good free throw shooting team. Only 57% on the season as a team. Tied at 10, just over 3 minutes to go in the first. Ball swung over to Martin, now to Roberts. Martin will take the three-pointer. They're going to make him hit that shot, and he hit it that time. So it looks like Nokomis is going to try to make Hampden win from the perimeter. Ledbetter trapped out at near half court, breaks it. He'll get it to Nate Davis. His three-pointer is blocked by Rogerson.
Well, they call a foul. Doesn't look like Hampden likes that very much.
As the Hampden crowd that is here didn't like that call very much.
I think he must have called that after the block because he got the ball in the air after it was released. So he must have landed on him afterwards.
But he will be shooting 3 foul shots.
So Nate Davis, the senior, at the free throw line. There was some games earlier this season where if Nokomis could have shot at least like 75% from the free throw line, they could have had some victories, but they just struggle at the free throw line.
Yeah, you really have to make foul shots. Becomes a situation where if you're not making foul shots, every time you get fouled, it's like a turnover.
Nokomis down 2. Rogerson penetrates, shoots over 3 people and hits. So the freshman coming out early and kind of controlling the tempo of the game. Ledbetter gets it. He'll give it to Nate Davis. That's a 3, no good. Long rebound, controlled by Martin at Hampden. Martin picks up his dribble, now gets it to Roberts. Rogerson with the hot hand, doesn't take that shot. Peppered from outside and hits.
Looks like you need to guard him
You
both
have to
inside
come out
and
on
outside.
him. He can hit the 3. He's got good range.
Spencer Day going strong to the hole and hitting.
It's a nice strong move there, way to take it to the hoop.
Ledbetter out on Roberts now. Tipped away by Nate Davis. He's going to hustle for it. Saves it, but it's saved to Bangor, and now they'll pull it out actually. And Martin's going to penetrate down the lane. Rogerson with a shot from 15, no good. Rebound fought for. Ledbetter comes, nope, it's knocked around. Looks like we'll have a foul there on Mike Roberts.
I think that time Denny Ledbetter was lucky. He didn't check out at all, which allowed the Hampden player to get in there and get hand on the ball.
That time Nokomis did a better job challenging Rogerson on his shot. I think it was Spencer Day got out and got a hand up.
This pressure by Hampden giving Nokomis a little bit of trouble. Ledbetter stops for the 3, takes it in and out, no good. Rebound Rogerson. And stolen away by Nate Davis, this time saved to Spencer Day.
Oh.
And Spencer showing some good hustle there, but just couldn't get control of it.
Tough break.
He knocked over some of the equipment of the Hampden team over there.
Nate Davis is very active at the top of the zone. You can see that's what they want him to do, to disrupt things, and so far he's been disruptive.
Martin takes that shot. That should be open in the zone they're playing all night, and it'll stay Hampden ball. They got to hit from the wings to really break that zone down.
And again, that time, Nokomis didn't check out. Jeff White should have had that rebound on that weak side, but he didn't get position and box his player out.
When you play in zone, I think that sometimes happens because you don't have a particular play to check out.
That shot up by Robertson, no good. He falls down his own rebound. Martin gets it. Now he'll penetrate down the zone and gives it to Roberts. Martin dribbles out, and he's trapped. Now he gets it to Crawford. Bangor likes to hold the ball for the last shot of each quarter. They did this in the last time they played. Down on about 10 seconds now to go. And the ball is lost, and there'll be a jump ball. The possession arrow is still Hampden's. Excuse me, I said Bangor before. Lost my head a little bit. 6 seconds on the clock, 18-13. Hampden leads in the ball game. Underneath their own basket, Mike Roberts will take the ball out. Gets it to Martin, out top to Crawford. He'll have to hurry to get the shot up, and Rodney Rouse that wasn't a good foul. Looked like Crawford was out of control, and there was no reason to even stick a hand in there.
Yeah, that situation, you want to make him finish it, make him make a tough shot like that.
That'll send him to the free throw line with 3 seconds on the clock and a chance to put his team up by 7 at the end of the first quarter. And he hits them both, doing a good job hitting his foul shots. Nate Davis gets it. He'll have to hurry to throw it up from half court, and that'll be short. So at the end of one, it's 20-13. Hampden coming out and taking control of the game and playing more of their style of basketball.
They made a lot of shots. I don't think it's too bad a sign for Nokomis, because I thought Hampden made a lot of shots that were not easy, and I'm not sure that all those shots are going to continue to fall.
It looked like Hampden was kind of controlling the tempo of the game out there, too. And Nokomis, they've had a little bit of a hard time with that this year, trying to play their own tempo. And when they try to slow it down, sometimes they get careless in their half-court offense and make costly turnovers.
Yeah, they have to take better care of the ball if they're going to beat Hampden tonight.
I think this quarter right here is going to be crucial for Nokomis, because this is when, last time they played each other, this is when Nokomis went down. They went down by 15 in the second quarter to go into the locker room at halftime, and they just couldn't dig themselves out of this. And this will be the quarter that they want to get on a run, maybe not even take a lead, but at least catch up to Hampden.
Yeah, because that last game, I mean, Nokomis really played well in the second half, but they'd get it down to 5 points, and then they just couldn't come all the way back on them. They'd lose their legs a little bit. Ledbetter will take it out right in front of us. Hampden into a half-court trapping. Nate Davis breaks it with a dribble and gives it to Ledbetter. And they'll have a blocking foul there on Roberts. It'll only be the third team foul.
Nokomis is going to have to take advantage. Hampden's really extending this trapping half-court zone. And there's, a lot of gaps in the middle of the floor that Nokomis can take advantage of.
Davis gets it out near half court. Now they backed off that zone a little bit. Maybe they heard you talking, Coach.
Like they're back in the player-to-player now.
Ledbetter has to hurry to get it in. Now it's stolen away by Hampden, and Davis is going to get more or less a frustration foul. But they call it going the other way, so I guess that's why I'm sitting here and not refereeing the basketball game.
I think he stepped out of bounds there.
Yeah, it was actually a good call. I had a pretty good view. Robert's foot was on the line. The official was blocked out at first.
Davis has the ball now, dribbling around. Gets it to Rouse, who's been very quiet early in the game. Ledbetter does a nice job pump faking, but then he doesn't finish. Peppard will get the ball to Martin.
It was a good cut by Danny Ledbetter. Next time I think he needs to make his shoulders a little more square to the basket.
Rogerson missing that shot as the defenders are getting a hand in his face after he came out early and was very hot. Ball tipped inside to Rodney Rouse. He'll shoot the 10-footer, a little bit short. Rebound fought for Rogerson. No, that's Roberts comes up with it. Swung to Crawford out on the right side. He's looking to penetrate, but he can't get by Rouse. Inside to Peppard with a nice pass for two. Now Hampden extending that zone again. Ledbetter penetrates down the lane. He'll give it to Rouse for 10 from 15. No good. Spencer Day battling for the rebound. Gets it.
And Spencer's a workhorse under there. He really fought for that rebound.
24-13 now. Hampden leads. Crawford gets it. Thinks about the three, fakes it. Goes inside to Rogerson. Now Martin will penetrate, and he just throws it out of bounds. But they say it goes off Ledbetter. So it'll be Hampden ball. Robson Fernandez going to check in here along with Thomas for Hampden.
I think that score was wrong. I think they're correcting it right now. It should be 22-15. Yes, they just corrected it.
Oh.
Smart play there by Pepper to let the ball just bounce over the line so he wouldn't get a backcourt call. Crawford goes inside now to Thomas, who spins one way, can't hit. Fernandez playing tough defense on him there. Ledbetter pushes it down the lane, can't hit. Fernandez tries to tip, can't get it. Rogerson gets a rebound. Now Hampden looking to run. And Martin will have a blocking foul on Nate Davis.
Yeah, that was I think could have gone either way, but I think Nate didn't quite have position on that. So they gave it to the offensive player. Typical out-of-bounds play, attacks the backside box, and got a layup for Peppard. Again, Hampden's out in the extended zone, trapping. Should go to Nokomis. Richie Day's checking in for Nate Davis. Richie Otis for Nate Davis.
Otis, the sophomore guard, almost has it stolen away there by Martin. He penetrates down, wastes his dribble, has to get it away, gets it inside to Ledbetter. Ledbetter off the glass, no good. Saved by Jeff White. Good hustle. Nice pass to Jared Otis in the lane, and he hits.
It was nice work by Nokomis there to recover after the.
That was a nice possession for Nokomis.
Hampden leads by 7 now. 4:48 to go. Nice pass inside to Peppard. Basket's good.
He has great hands. I think that's probably his #1 asset as a player, Peppard. He's got outstanding hands.
And he can play anywhere on the court,
and he can play anywhere on the floor. He can face the basket. He's very comfortable facing the basket, and he's also good with his back to the basket in the post.
Can't complete the three-point play. Fernandez rips down the rebound. Ledbetter penetrates. He'll give it to Richie Otis for 3. No good. Rebound fought, banged around inside. Thomas controls for Hampden. Now Roberts will run the offense. Crawford take that shot from 17 and hits. 28-17 now. Hampden in the lead. 4:19 to go in the first half. Jeff White with the ball, gets it over to Ledbetter. White for 3. That's good.
There you go. His shooting's coming back now. He's ready to play. He comes out. He's all warmed up. I think he's coming into his own as a player.
Rogerson with a nice move down the lane, and they've kept him quiet since early going. Otis with the rebound.
I think Nokomis in their half-court offense, if they'd just be a little more patient, they seem to be taking a lot of early shots. If they just get a little bit more ball movement, I think they'll find some better shots.
White for 3 again, short that time. Crawford rebounds.
Again, I think that was a little quick.
Rogerson goes down the lane, gets in trouble, finds Thomas. That foul will be called on Otis, Jared Otis, wearing number 32 for Nokomis. And they're going to send him to the free throw line. That'll only be the fourth team foul on Nokomis. Getting a little tongue-tied here. I don't know what the problem is. Maybe need a drink of water or something.
I think that's one thing that Nokomis has gotten better on is their fouls. Earlier in the season, they've gotten in quite a bit of foul trouble, which hurt them tremendously because the other teams were making the foul shots and they weren't.
Hampden back up to a 10-point lead. Otis crosses the timeline. He's guarded by Roberts. Swings it out top to White. Looking to go inside to Fernandez. He gets a ball, quickly double team, spins, shoots, no good. They'll go to the free throw line for a couple of shots.
Yeah, that was a good catch on Fernandez's part. Did a nice job, but I think if he had turned middle, he might have had himself a power move to the rim. He turned baseline where the defender was.
A made foul shot by Nokomis. The crowd really goes crazy when that happened. Rebound Roberts. Quickly up to Peppard. He'll slow it up. He gets it to Tim Shaw. Now to Crawford, who's going to put up the shot a little off balance.
It'll be over the back by Hampden.
But if you notice down there, Ledbetter was the only one in there fighting for the rebound, and there was only 2 Hampden players there.
Yeah, Danny did a nice job on the backside box, which is where the majority of rebounds go.
Otis gets away out top to Ledbetter. He's guarded by Crawford. Swung over to Richie Otis. You got to catch that first. He picks it up. Now penetrates down, tries to hit Ledbetter, knocked out of bounds. Nokomis ball. 2:22 to go. 30-21. Hampden leads. Looks like Nokomis just does a little bit too much dribbling and not enough passing in their offense. Ledbetter takes the shot from 3, and it's good.
He's a fine stationary jump shooter. That's his forte.
Nokomis now extending their defense out. You get the steal out of it. Good job by Otis and White, the 2 young players. No look past Ledbetter, and he lays it in for 2 more.
They had the numbers, and they did a nice job converting.
Hampden's lead cut to 4 now, and Nokomis picking up the defensive intensity. Swung over to Shaw. He goes, he'll take the jump shot and hit. Nice shot there by Tim Shaw of Hampden. Now Hampden extending their defense again. The ball goes up to White. He has a little trouble handling it. Now gets it to Fernandez. Swung way over for Otis. He'll take the 3, no good. Rebound Peppard, and he's looking to push. He takes it coast to coast, no good. Rebound Otis, swung way up to Fernandez, and he's going to get a traveling call.
Yeah, I think it's just as well, because I think he may have drawn the offensive charge if he hadn't traveled first.
I think that time what everyone was thinking is dunk it, Robson, dunk it, because every morning before school starts. He's in here dunking because everybody loves it so much.
He may have been listening a little too much on that one.
Yeah, to the crowd. The crowd's over here to the right of us saying, "Dunk it, Robson."
Shaw gets it. He's double teamed. Nice trap there by Nokomis out to Martin, who just checked back in the ball game. Thomas gets trapped inside, and Jeff White comes up with another steal. Gets it to Richie Otis. He stops from 15 and hits.
That was a big defensive play.
Nokomis doing a good job of taking advantage of Hampden turnovers this evening so far. Ball goes out near half court to Martin, and that'll be a half over and back violation.
Hampden doesn't seem to be looking to attack when Nokomis is going to that trapping pressure in the half court, and they don't seem to be looking at the rim, so Nokomis has gotten quite a bit out of that.
I think Nokomis is really taking advantage of this time because I said before this quarter started they really need to step up because this is when they fell behind last time.
See if Nokomis holds for one shot here. Ledbetter drives the lane, a little out of control there. Now the ball goes out to Otis. Ledbetter was 6 seconds on the clock, can't hit. And Jared Otis is going to get a foul called on him. 3 seconds on the clock.
Looks like senior Danny Ledbetter is getting a little upset. You know, he's hustling after this ball and he still can't, you know, get the basket to go in.
Long pass up top. The ball goes to Martin. You just can't give that up.
The one thing you didn't want to happen. Just needed to keep everything in front of them.
So with 1 second on the clock, Martin will be on the free throw line. Hampden has a 32-28 lead.
I think Coach DeFrederico's questioning whether he was shooting during the foul or the foul took place before he was shooting.
That foul was on Richie Otis, his first. And in and out for Martin on that free throw.
So maybe this foul was worth it.
Martin hits his second. See what Nokomis does here. Ball is stolen, and the shot is in and out. It looks like that would have counted.
I think they would have counted it.
Nokomis needs to make sure they're not as careless with the ball. They need to take care of it no matter how much time's left on the
It's
clock.
an awfully long second.
So at halftime, Hampden leads by 5, 33-28. Nokomis cheerleaders, coached by Kelly Jewell, doing a good job at halftime, getting the crowd pumped up. At halftime, of course, Hampden in the lead by 5. And really, the freshmen were probably the big story of the first half. They both came out and played like they're veteran players, and only after 10 games each, approximately.
Yeah, Rogerson got Hampden off to a really quick start. And then Jeff White, at the end of the half, made some big plays on both ends of the floor.
Now we have the girls Class A heel points coming up here on the screen. As you see, Presque Isle Messalonski still unbeaten, both at 8-0. Then Lawrence at 6-2. They dropped from second while Messalonski moved up. Then Coney and Gardner 4-5, staying in the same spot. Old Town at number 6. Bangor moves up to 7th from 9th. And at the 8th position, I believe that's Madomic Valley. 9th, 10th, and 11th goes to Waterville, Skowhegan, and Hampden, respectively. And, of course, Nokomis at number 12 plays Hampden tomorrow. That would be at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. And that's a big game. Good.
That's a very big game for us. And, of course, it's a little painful looking at this when you see Bangor and Gardner with their records in the top 8 when we had a chance really to beat both of those teams. But there's a lot of big games left, and a lot of things could shake out between now and the end of February.
And then finishing up the Eastern Maine Class A heel points are Mount Blue, Caribou, and Brewer at 0-8. And I don't think Brewers won a game in about 2.5 years, have they?
They were 0-18 last year. I'm not sure about the year before, and so this is 26 in a row. But you know, they are getting better. They're very well coached. They just have trouble putting the ball in the basket. They don't have a lot of offensive weapons, but they do some things well, and they're always dangerous.
Very scrappy team.
Yes, very.
They're also very young as well. I think they've got a lot in the future. People don't look to the future, but they have, what, I think 6 or 7 juniors on the team, 2 freshmen that start, as a matter of fact.
Yes, they do.
Is the Popeye shootout going to happen here? So I think this kid here can, bigger kid can win $500, and smaller kid at the other end can win a $250 bond or something.
I think it's very, very entertaining. I think the kids have a good time, and I think the fans maybe have a better time.
So this kid here has 18 seconds to hit 1 3-pointer. The next TV game will be on the January 29th, as the Nokomis Lady Warriors will be playing the Brewer Witches. That'll be taped live on January 28th this month, of course. And now's the team we were just talking about, the 0-8 Witches. And on the 30th, Nokomis will play Brewer in a rematch of the first game of the season for Nokomis, which they actually had a good chance to beat Brewer that night and just couldn't finish at the end of the game.
Foul shots, foul shots, foul shots. That's what it was all about.
And on Friday the 31st, there's a concert coming up. We just don't broadcast basketball here. It'll be the Girls Ensemble Festival, taped live at Nokomis on the 30th. As the teams are back out of the Hampden's back out of the locker room from their little halftime talk, and their coach probably wasn't too happy with their play at the end of the second quarter. They got a little passive on the offensive end.
Yeah, they did. I thought they stopped attacking, and it led to some turnovers and some opportunities for Nokomis, which helped them cut into the lead. And as Andrea said, I think it was important for Nokomis to go into the halftime locker room under 10 points down, and they accomplished that.
Because typically they've been a third and fourth quarter team this season too, and it's just hard to make up a 15 to 20 point deficit at the end of the half.
Yes, it is, and I think Nokomis has got to feel fairly good about themselves. They're right in it. You know, they don't need to get it all back in the first possession. You know, it's anybody's game, and if they execute, you know, I think it's their game if they can execute in the half court.
And with these two teams being so even, like we said before, when in the Big East, once you make it to the tournament, it's anybody's, ball game. And these teams being so even, it was really important for Nokomis not to go in the locker room with, say, a 15-point deficit, because now they can go out on a run and not have to make up the points, but they can become, the leader of the game.
Well, they did a good job in the second quarter because they got down by like 10 points a couple of times, and they didn't panic too bad. And they might have rushed a few shots on offense, but they were trying to find the open person and get a good shot off. But as you said, Coach, they could be a little more patient and try to get better shots than they're getting, too.
They do a pretty good job when they get behind. They've had a history all season of coming back and overcoming deficits, and they do a nice job, getting back. The difficult things for them has been to get all the way back over the hump and not slide back.
About 2 minutes away from the start of the second half. Sorry about that little pause there. I had to get a drink of water. My throat's getting a little scratchy, as you could probably hear.
Especially with those winter months and those colds coming on.
The officials are back out on the floor. I thought the officiating was very good in the first half. You didn't even notice them, and I think that's always the sign of good officiating. Jeff Paul, of course, is an Orono boy. My hometown.
Giving him his props then, because he's from your hometown.
Get a little plug in.
Well, that could help you in some future games.
Us former
too.
Red Riots, we try to stick together.
Oh, I see. So let's see. One surprising thing for Nokomis is Rodney Rouse has been like non-existent. He had a few rebounds, but they haven't gotten the ball inside to him at all this evening.
The one reason that is because I think Hampden's really looking out for him, because he did have 25 points the last time they played each other, and they're really keying on him.
Be interesting to see what combination Coach DeFrederico starts with in the second half.
I think you'll see Jeff White out there. Yes, he will be out there.
Looks like he's back with his starting five that started the game.
As is Hampden, I believe.
Yes.
It'll be Hampden ball. At center court, that'll be Rogerson taking the ball out. They're going to double team Martin immediately as he comes and tries to get the ball. And it's a steal immediately by Nokomis. Nate Davis takes it in and lays it in.
It was a nice job by Jeff White. He's ready for the ball again.
Certainly a nice way for Nokomis to start the second half.
Nokomis playing, once again, very aggressive defense. The ball goes to Rogerson, and he in and out. Rouse with the rebound. White will dribble it up court for Nokomis. Nate Davis will take the shot, and it's good. That's a three. That ties it up.
He's a very good three-point shooter when he has his feet set and gets a good look at the rim, which he did on that occasion.
Ball goes inside to Peppard, and they can't get it to fall yet. Davis fighting and gets the rebound. He gets tripped up, and he'll get it to Jeff White. And he'll slow it up to set up the offense for Nokomis. Davis penetrates, takes a 17-footer, no good, gets his own rebound. Spencer Day will take one from 17, no good. He gets his own rebound.
Strong move to the rim there by Spencer Day.
Spencer's definitely not afraid to go inside and mix it up with some of the bigger guys.
He did take it in strong. I think the first shot that he took, if he had just made the extra pass, he had Danny Ledbetter spotted up on the arc for a good look. But to his credit, he stayed with the play and ended up getting to the line.
And that free throw gives Nokomis its first lead of the ball game. They're now ahead 34-33. 6:56 to go in the third quarter.
Looks like Nokomis has been practicing their foul shots quite a bit in practice.
Hopefully that's a good omen for this half.
Nokomis comes out and gets another steal off that press. Now Nate Davis will control the offense. He'll penetrate right down. Jeff White penetrates the lane. He should have shot that shot instead of making that pass. Rogerson has it now out top to Martin. Inside to Peppard, but knocked away nicely there by Day, who's shadowing Peppard all over the court, it looks like. Martin dribbling around with it out top. He gets it. Peppard gonna penetrate. He can't hit, but he gets his own rebound. Tries a little pass inside to Thomas, but it's stolen again by Nokomis. Day going strong to basket and scores again.
That was a very strong move. He really took his time and gathered himself and got his shoulder squared.
Looks like while Nokomis is on a little run, Hampden will take a timeout to talk things over.
Well, Nokomis came out after halftime and went on a 7-0 run, and Coach Brace wants to stop that right now. And
just the way you'd like to start the half.
The Nokomis players barely even stay in the huddle, so Coach DeFederico must be pretty happy with them at this point.
Yeah, I think probably the words of wisdom were keep doing what you're doing. Again, I think the key to this game is going to be who takes care of the ball best. You know, I think turnovers are going to decide the game. That 7-0 run was really triggered by Hampden turnovers.
Nokomis will keep that pressure on. They'll have Hampden will have Rogerson taking the ball out underneath the Nokomis basket. Now they're going to bring Peppard up over half court and Thomas to help with that press. But Nokomis backs off it a little bit. Martin with the bounce pass to Crawford. Inside to Thomas, but he's on the baseline, so another turnover by Hampden. They're coming out very sloppy here in the second half.
Yeah, I think they've got some people handling the ball that they maybe don't want to handle the ball in certain parts of the floor.
Nate Davis penetrates, gets it to Ledbetter, spots up for three and hits. Martin picks up his dribble. Rogerson there to save him. He'll penetrate down and take the shot. No good.
Again, I think Hampden falling trapped to the quick shot. You know, when you're struggling and things aren't going your way, I think it's difficult to be patient, but I think you really have to be.
And I think that right there might have been a frustration foul, which didn't need to happen by Aaron Peppard.
I agree with you, Andrew. I think that was out of frustration.
Things just weren't going well on the offensive end, so you tried to make up for it on the defensive end.
Ledbetter gets it back. He'll take the three again.
Boy, you can't give him that good a look at the rim. He's too good a shooter to give him that good a look.
So Nokomis now has a 10-point lead with 4:58 to go in the third quarter. Peppard now just dribbling inside the box, and he'll get fouled. Looks like that call might be on Spencer Day.
Yeah, a little bit of a bumping foul there, trying not to let him get to the rim.
Peppard may be thinking he has to do it by himself here.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. That I think, you know, they got to be careful that they don't try to get it all back at once.
Martin to take the ball out underneath the Hampden basket, gets it out to Crawford. Nice pass there to Thomas, and he finishes to give Hampden its first points of the half. 43-35 now, Nokomis in the lead.
I think that time Nokomis didn't need to help from up. They needed to help from over.
Right, you can't step up from the baseline and leave somebody on the baseline box.
Nate Davis penetrates in and hits a real tough shot.
Very, very tough shot.
Over all the big guys underneath.
Thomas gets it now, back to Martin. Rogerson will penetrate down the lane. We're going to have a block called, it looks like, there on Day.
I think that was a tough call there.
A lot of times you see it when it's underneath the basket like that it'll be just a no call rather than any call at all.
Yeah, you know, I think Day was trying to do the right thing. He needed to step in and try to take the charge because Rogerson had left his feet. I think he just didn't quite get his shoulder square enough for the officials' liking.
Rogerson's free throw is no good.
He's been kind of quiet in the second half so far compared to the first half.
And he hits his second to make the score 45-36. Danny Ledbetter with just a careless turnover there.
Well, you hate to see that. Talk about unforced.
Martin gets the ball into Thomas, nearly taken away. Now Rogerson gets trapped down in the corner. He gets it out to Crawford. Crawford penetrates down the lane, and Spencer Day is going to pick up another foul.
Hampden starting to get some penetration up the gut of the defense, and that's what's causing these fouls.
Peppard with the ball. Gets it to Crawford, looking inside for Thomas. Nice little pass there to Peppard, and the foul will go on Ledbetter.
That was a nice job by Hampden. A little low-high action. Usually think high-low, but the low-high game also is very effective when the low post catches the ball. The high post cuts to the front of the rim, which is what Peppard did.
Peppard bricks his first free throw. 3:57 to go. Third quarter, 45-36. Nokomis in the lead. He gets 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. Nate Davis will control.
Hampden's gone to a 2-3 zone.
Nokomis going to pull the ball out a little bit now, but Martin gets out on Ledbetter quickly. Davis takes the 3. That's too long.
I think he was hurried on that one.
I think that Nokomis needed to relax a little bit. They know how to play offense, especially against the zone, so.
Martin for 3 hits.
I don't think they need to shoot right away.
I think this is a big possession for Nokomis. Hampden's got a little momentum now, and I think they need to stem that tide.
Picking up the defensive intensity as Rogerson. Otis takes a shot. No good. Rebound Crawford. Nokomis only getting 1 shot all night.
It's usually a quick one they take, too. Maybe they need to get a little bit better ball rotation, force some help, dump the ball off underneath.
I think a 20-foot shot from the corner is probably not what they were looking for.
Hampden showing some good patience here, working the ball around the perimeter, trying to find a good shot. Thomas gets it now at the top of the key. Peppard guarded by the senior Floyd, goes right by him for 2 more. And Coach DeFederico wants a timeout now to talk things over.
I think what he might say is, be patient. Maybe he'll say don't take the first shot.
I think if they make the extra pass on a few occasions, they'll get better shots.
So Hampden has cut that lead back from 10 down to 3. It's been a game of little runs here. Nokomis came out at the start of the third quarter and really just blistered Hampden, but Hampden's been patient, worked their way back into the ball game, and done a good job.
Basketball is a game of runs, but I think these particular 2 teams, especially, are teams that play in runs. Hampden, I think, all this season has played like that, and I know Nokomis has played like that.
you just got to try to weather out the bad stretches as much as you can, and you know those good stretches will come. You just hope they come at the right time, I guess.
It looks like Travis Floyd has checked in for Nokomis, the senior forward, I guess you could call him. He's another one of those players like Spencer Day that goes underneath and plays with the big guys, but he's really, really small compared to them.
He's a garbage man. Ledbetter gets it out top. He'll penetrate down, throws it up, no good. Floyd going in for the rebound. Takes out Justin Crawford, and he'll get the personal foul. Hampden ball underneath the Nokomis basket. Nokomis picking up full court here. Pass goes into Thomas, who's looking deep, but nobody was sent that way. Now Martin gets it. Down to Peppard, who drives in. Threw a nice pass there, but didn't look like any of the Hampden players were ready for it. As it's Hampden ball off a Nokomis player. Into Crawford, now to Rogerson, who's guarded by Ledbetter. Martin cutting to the basket, gets it to Peppard, who throws up a little jump hook off the glass and good.
I don't know if you just saw that, but that was a nice curl cut there by Martin.
That was a good catch and a finish by Peppard.
Nate Davis quickly takes the three, no good. Hampden with a chance to take the lead back here. Pass goes to Martin, back to Peppard inside, and he takes the lead back for Hampden, 46-45. 1:30 to go in the third quarter. Robson Fernandez set to check back in for Nokomis. Jeff White's been relatively quiet here in the third quarter. Ledbetter gets it, now over to Nate
good
Davis.
Ball movement. You know, I think they get that kind of ball movement, that kind of patience, they're going to shoot a higher percentage. You know, Nate was set on that shot and knocked it down.
Nice look inside to Peppard, and Floyd with the foul. So that's 2 on Floyd now. That'll send Peppard to the free throw line.
Looks like they're going to send in Brandon Ellison for Travis Floyd. See if someone can play some defense on Peppard.
Rodney Rouse also taking a seat on the bench. Hampden done a very good job tonight of shutting him out of the Nokomis offensive scheme of things. Peppard's first free throw is good. Minute to go in the third period. Now we're all tied at 48. Davis going to control the offense for Nokomis. Hampden looks like he's going to extend that pressure out to half court again. Jeff White gets it across the timeline to Ledbetter. Now White is trapped. That could be a trouble spot right there. He gets it to Ellison. Nate Davis for three. He hits it.
The big hoop.
Davis with 10 points now in the third quarter. 30 seconds to go. Nokomis up by 3. Martin has the ball, swung over to Roberts. They get it to Peppard, just about 16 seconds to go. It's a nice cut there by Crawford to the basket for the lay-in.
Oh.
Ledbetter at the, Nate Davis at the buzzer can't hit. At the end of 3, it's 51-50, Nokomis in the lead.
I think now that Nokomis needs to make sure that they come out and play strong, and they can't let Hampden go on a run, and they have to make sure they have good ball rotation and good transition defense.
I think the big key is Hampden starting to find Peppard a little better. He's starting to get more touches, and that's a tough matchup for Nokomis. I think the fourth quarter is going to be decided in part in how well Nokomis handles Peppard.
Well, Ledbetter is generally considered their best defensive player. Maybe they ought to try to put him on him. But he's been guarding Rogerson, and he shut him down since the start of the game. So it's kind of a give or take situation here.
That's definitely their 1-2 punch, Rogerson and Peppard.
I think that Danny Ledbetter, he usually does guard the best player for the other team, but I think Peppard's a little bit too big for Danny Ledbetter. Whereas Adam King, for instance, for Brewer, Danny Ledbetter always guards him and does quite a good job on him.
Well, it's like you were saying earlier, he's a tough matchup because he plays inside and outside.
Nate Davis with this ball now to start the fourth quarter. Ledbetter thinking about the three. Peppard almost daring him to take it. Ledbetter penetrates. Nice look to Brendan Ellison to count the basket.
Play. I was just going to say that I really think that Nokomis has to get something inside this quarter. I don't think they can, live on the three in the perimeter for the whole fourth quarter. And just as I was thinking that, they got the ball inside and a chance for a three-point play.
Ellison hits the free throw to complete the three-point play. Put Nokomis up by 4. Crawford gets it, looking inside for Thomas. Can't get it to him. Now they're looking for Peppard. They're doing some picks down there for him. He's double-teamed. Swung out to Martin. He takes the three and hits. And it looks like it'll stay Hampden ball as there's a foul after the basket.
Looks like it'll be on Brandon Ellison.
I think they called him maybe a little over-aggressive checking out Peppard.
So Peppard back at the free throw line. He's been there quite a bit this evening. In and out, no good. Rebound fought for. It's knocked off Ledbetter. Controlled by Hampden. Now they get the ball to Peppard, who's guarded by Ellison. Peppard penetrates, has to kick it out. Swung over to Crawford. Robson Fernandez hustling, can't get the steal. Peppard comes up with it in the lane, goes up and scores.
Tough break for Nokomis. There was a couple of loose balls that they didn't come up with.
Ledbetter takes the long three-pointer, no good.
Another foul. Brandon Ellison didn't check out that time.
And Rodney Rouse will check back in.
I think there's a situation where, there was no rhythm, no flow offensively, and Danny maybe took the shot a little quick.
And he was probably a little bit out of his range, too. He was a couple feet behind the three-point line.
And you could see that, and he noticed that because he looked down at the line and thought, wow, should I take this? But he saw he was wide open.
Thomas hits his first free throw for Hampden. Puts his team up by 2, 56-54. A lot of time left in the fourth quarter, though. 6:49. The crowd starting to get into the game and shake the bleachers up a little bit. But Thomas sinks both free throws. And that generally will quiet down a crowd pretty quickly. Nate Davis going to penetrate in. He takes the little double clutch shot. No good. Ledbetter gets the rebound. Trying to get it to Fernandez. It'll be Nokomis ball.
Maybe that time was a little bit forced by Danny Ledbetter, but he didn't have anything to do with the ball because he was up in the air. And you need to find something to do with the ball before you do get up in the air.
Yeah, I think Nate Davis forced the issue a little bit, and then Danny, I think, forced the issue.
Jeff White will take the three and hit it.
That's a big hoop from the freshman.
Tie ball game. Ball pushed up quickly. Rogerson penetrates down.
It was good rotation there by Nate Davis and Spencer Day both.
Rogerson picks up his dribble down there a couple times tonight. Then he's immediately trapped and gotten in some trouble. Pass into Peppard. You can't let him have that. That was too easy. Hampden takes the lead back.
Andrea's heard me say a few times, you got to defend the backside box against the out-of-bounds plays.
Nate Davis out of control, throws up a crazy shot. Now Hampden with a chance. Crawford, a little out of control, throws up a shot. And Hugh Thomas is going to get the personal foul called on him. Play getting a little sloppy and out of control.
I think both
here.
teams were out of control on that. And I think Nokomis got a break when Hampden rushed things a little bit on their end.
Nate Davis has the ball for Nokomis. Nate has 11 points on the game, gets it to White. Inside to Rodney Rouse, who has yet to score. You lose it. Now Peppard comes up with a loose ball. Rogerson takes a short jumper and hits. I believe that's the first basket he's had since the first quarter. Nokomis down by 4, 5.5 minutes to go in the game. Ledbetter goes up, gets a nice pass to Spencer Day. Now to Jeff White, and he hits the shot.
Good move by Jeff White. He felt his player, and he turned the opposite way.
Did a nice job, took his time and finished.
Martin for 3, can't hit. Rebound Rodney Rouse. And he'll get it back to White, the freshman. Ledbetter gets it, looking inside. Swung over to White, and Rodney Rouse cuts the basket, can't hit, throws up an air ball. Martin gets a rebound and gets tripped up. He'll go to the free throw line.
I don't think that was the shot that Nokomis wanted right then.
The fall away from the baseline, I think, was a shot that Coach DeFrederico could have done without.
Yeah.
Now I think foul shots are gonna play a role here because Hampden's in the bonus and Nokomis isn't.
Hampden still has 2 fouls to give, too.
And Hampden soon to be in the double bonus.
And as I said earlier, that's been a problem for Nokomis. The first half they had it under control a little bit, but now they're in a little bit of foul trouble.
The crowd trying to shake the Hampden players at the free throw line, but it's been ineffective so far. That one misses, though. Nate Davis chases down the loose ball. Nokomis down by 3 points. 4.5 minutes to go in the ball game.
Nokomis, I think, needs a good possession right here. They need to get a good shot.
Not a lot of movement. Ledbetter goes to the basket, throws up a shot, no good. Rebound.
I don't think that's the shot that they needed. They rushed it a little bit. Look for a second that they were going to pull out, maybe slow things down a bit, but it seemed to be no motion on their offense. They weren't moving at all. Ledbetter didn't have anything to do with the ball.
Rogerson gets it, breaks the press fairly easily. Roberts to put up. And now Thomas gets it, and he'll score. They broke the press rather easily that time. Ball swung over to White. Picks up his dribble at the free throw line. He gets in trouble here. Nate Davis now has it. Davis calling for the play as the players. Now Ledbetter gets it. Nice bounce pass.
And a good finish by Rouse on that one. That was a good play by Ledbetter and a good finish.
Rouse's first 2 points of the game. He's averaging 15.5 on the season. Rogerson picked up his dribble. He doesn't want to do that. Can get that 5-second call. Nokomis playing aggressive defense. Rodney Rouse going to get the personal, and that'll put Hampden in the double bonus with 3:21 to go in the fourth. That's Rouse's fourth personal foul, 64-61, Hampden leads. Thomas will be at the free throw line. Hampden doing a fairly decent job of hitting the foul shots here in the fourth quarter. Thomas hits both of those to give his team a 5-point lead. But Nokomis can still be patient on offense here. They don't
still
have
a lot of time.
They don't have to rush 3-pointers or anything. Davis dribbling around. Ledbetter has it now out by the Big East sign. He's going to penetrate down, get it to Davis. And Mike Roberts will get a blocking foul. Hampden still with 1 foul to give before Nokomis starts shooting the 1-and-1s.
Oh.
Spencer Day in
Tough shot.
Wow, nice job by Spencer Day. Good thing he got that one to fall, I think.
Nokomis trying hard to get the ball away, chasing the ball. Ball goes inside to Pepper. He throws up a weird-looking shot. Thomas rebound. Rebound by Rodney Rouse. Does a good job of getting it to Nate Davis.
It's a good decision. There were no numbers. Pull it back.
66-63, 2:30 to go. Inside to Rodney Rouse. Fading away, gets the roll.
That was a tough shot as well. Nokomis is getting a little bounce on their shots, and they're rolling right in.
Rogerson now dribbling around, facing the Nokomis pressure. Gives it to Martin. Martin guarded by Ledbetter. Hampden going to come out and stall a little bit and take some time off the clock. Hampden doing a good job here. They probably only want to take the only shot they want is probably a layup. Rogerson takes a short jumper and hits it. Clutch shot there by the freshman.
I think they might take that too, though.
It's a good thing that went in. I'm not sure that's what they were looking for.
Davis with the ball, gets it to Ledbetter. Back to Davis for 3. No good. Rebound. Spencer Day goes up strong and scores.
Big putback.
Good rebound there by Spencer Day. I think Nokomis is getting a little bit lucky on those last 2 shots they had by Spencer Day and Rodney Rouse, but that was a good putback there by Spencer Day.
1-point ball game, 1:22 to go. This one looks like it's going to go right down to the wire.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was a big putback with Nokomis. Now Hampden probably will spread the floor again, I would guess, and probably look to take nothing but layups. But of course, we thought that last time, and Rogerson takes a little jump shot.
I think probably their coach is going to have a little talk with him about that.
I would assume so. I'm sure they're saying nothing but layups.
Did you see the 2 teams in their huddles there? Coach DeFederico, he knows he doesn't have to foul yet either. He can just go for the steals and play good, solid defense and hopefully come up with a turnover.
I think if Nokomis is patient on their defense, I think that might happen because Hampden's going to be worried about keeping the ball under control, whereas Nokomis is saying, they'll make a turnover if we play good, strong defense.
And even if Nokomis is forced to foul, they'll still get the ball with a 1-possession game.
Nokomis picking up the pressure about 3/4 court. Quickly up to Crawford. Bounce pass to Shaw. He almost loses it. Knocked away. The Hampden ball.
That's that backside again that they need to get to. Not necessarily, the player's responsibility, but the person who's taking the ball out, their player needs to get over there.
Somebody was napping, there's no question, because he didn't even cut to the backside box. He didn't receive a screen. He didn't cut. He was just standing there.
So that'll send Rogerson, the freshman, to the free throw line.
And he handles the pressure quite nicely under there.
He's got ice in his veins. Gives his team a 2-point lead with 1:09 to go in the final period. And Cooley hits the second one to put his team up by 3. Hampden leads 70-67. Davis guarded by Crawford. Goes inside to Roust. Goes up strong, doesn't finish. Rebound peppered. Crawford gonna take the ball up across the timeline. Almost stolen. Martin with a nice quick pass. Shaw doing the right thing, not taking the layup. The jump shot. And we're gonna have a foul called. Looks like on Nate Davis. That'll send Rogerson back to the free throw line.
That was a tough break for Nokomis. They did everything right, and it just didn't go in.
Chance to put his team up by 5 here. Rogerson misses that free throw. And he hits the second one to make it a 2-possession ball game. That was a big free throw. A silly foul there by Crawford.
I think the coach has to be a little upset with that one.
Except they did have one to give, so they're not going to be hurt by it.
As they're going to pick Nokomis up and make them immediately start running time off the clock. Almost stolen away there. Now Ledbetter going to drive. He takes a 3. He'll go to the free throw line. That would have been a tough shot to hit. He was off balance and falling away from the basket.
I'm not quite sure who that foul was on, but
Dan Martin, I believe.
yeah.
That's a cardinal sin to foul a jump shooter at any time, but especially this situation, especially a three-point shooter.
And especially when they're off balance like that.
34 seconds left on the clock. 71-67, Hampden leads, but this is big free throws for Danny Ledbetter right here. Can cut the lead back to 1. And the senior Cooley hits his first free throw. On the season, Ledbetter's a 59% shooter from the free throw line.
Nice job. Way to keep your composure out there.
It's a case of you get your veteran player going to the line. I don't think they could have picked anybody any better than Danny Ledbetter to go to the line, and he very calmly sank all 3 of them.
So the score is now 71-70, Hampden in the lead, 34 seconds to go. Nokomis, they have to go for a steal, and then if they don't get it, they got to quickly foul probably to give them some time on the
I'm sure
clock.
that's what Coach DeFrederico is saying.
Hampden done a good job, though, at hitting their free throws here in the fourth quarter. I believe they've only missed 1 out of the last 6 or 7 they've taken, and that's what you got to do if you want to win ball games, especially tight ball games. It always comes down to free throws and turnovers. Both teams have done better taking care of the ball in the fourth period.
No question. And I think Nokomis will also be looking at who they want to foul in this situation, who they want to send to the line.
It doesn't look like they'd want to send Rogers to the
I would
line.
think they'd probably be looking to send maybe Tim Shaw to the line.
Because he's just checked into the ball game recently.
He hasn't been there all night.
Knocked away by Richie Otis, playing good defense, denying the ball. Coach DeFrederico doing a little offensive defensive substitutions with Otis and White. Ball goes in, and the foul will be called on Davis to send Martin to the free throw line. Martin's a senior. And Otis will come out, and Jeff White will come back in. Crowd starting to get all pumped up. Martin Cooley hits his free throw, though. Good job there blocking out this crowd because they're really starting to get loud. (73-70). Nokomis only down 3. A lot of time left. They don't have to shoot the 3 immediately. They can
No,
go for the
I think
2.
what they'll do is they'll take the first good shot that shows. If it happens to be a 3, fine. If not, they'll take a 2 because there's still enough time.
And I certainly don't think Coach DeFederico wants another off-balance 3-pointer taken.
No, I think they're just looking for the first good shot that shows.
Yeah. Nokomis is in the bonus now. Hampden has 7 fouls. And of course, Hampden shoots double bonus every time they go to the free throw line with 10.
It's like Hampden's gone to their best defensive lineup in the game right now. Because the one thing about Nokomis is they can beat you off the dribble and create off the dribble, and they have a lot of good spot-up shooters.
Hampden going to pick up full court. Now Ledbetter has it. 30 seconds to go. Looking for the pick. They set a series of screens for him. He can't get a shot off. Davis penetrates, throws a layup in. No good. Rebound Martin. Davis will foul out of the ball game and send Martin back to the free throw line.
He did a good job getting to the rim. Just didn't get it to fall.
And this is who Hampden definitely wants at the free throw line, is their senior point guard, because your point guard's generally your best free throw shooter also.
No question, or they better be.
Yeah.
If they're not, you're going to find yourself in trouble in these type of games.
.18 seconds to go. He can make this a 2-possession ball game again. He's a little short on that one.
This is the big one right here.
These are the ones that really count.
He gets the roll, so Nokomis will have to hurry up and get a good shot off here. Nice pass to Rouse, who goes up with it. Nokomis calls timeout. 74-72, Hampden leads with 8 seconds to go in the ball game. And they need a really quick steal here if they want to.
I'm sure they're going to look for the quick steal or the foul. They'll go for the ball, and if the official blows his whistle, fine. Stop the clock, make Hampden make the foul shots.
And maybe they'll try to deny Martin the ball a little bit more and make somebody else get the ball in their hands and put them at the line. I don't think they want to put Peppard at the line either, though.
No, he's a veteran player, a good free throw shooter.
I don't think they want to put Rogers in there either, because earlier, under the pressure points, he made his foul shots as well. But I'm sure Hampden's going to look to get the ball in one of those 3 players' hands. And one thing Nokomis needs to remember is they always have the crowd on their side. So they're the foul shots. The crowd will be there for them.
Got your 6th man right there.
This looks like their best free throw shooting team out there, too, for Hampden.
Rogerson going to take the ball out. 8 seconds on the clock. Into Martin. He breaks the pressure, and he'll get fouled. He almost got it up and broke the pressure and gave Hampden the win with a layup.
Yes, he did. They're lucky the officials blew that, because I wasn't sure they were going to, because he had the ball out of his hands.
So he essentially has a chance to ice the game right here with only 5 seconds to go on the clock, and his team clinging to a 2-point lead. If he hits them both, that would pretty much ice the ball game for Hampden. That one is no good. You can see it in his face that he knew he just missed a big free throw.
Nokomis will get a chance to tie it and send it to overtime.
Spent today would have had a lane violation on that one. (75-72), 5 seconds to go. So Nokomis can get a three. And 5 seconds is a lot of time to get off a three-pointer.
There's enough time for them to get a look at the rim.
I think they'll be looking for Danny Ledbetter, Jeff White, the three-point shooters in there. Since Nate Davis has fouled out, there's one three-point shooter that you're missing. But Richie Otis is also in there, and he can pop the three if he has to.
Spencer Days hit a couple this year, but if it has to be somebody, so they're going to have to get it to the person that Hampden wants to get the ball to, basically. And this isn't like pro basketball. Nokomis still gets the ball underneath Hampden's basket. They don't go up the half court with a timeout.
This is a situation where they really do miss Davis because he can get it up the floor quick.
Get it to Jeff White. That's a good foul there by Hampden. That's not a terrible foul there because
no, it isn't.
The coach doesn't look too happy about it. But
well, I know in the NBA there are times in this situation where they do foul. So you don't give that other team the opportunity to take the three.
Another timeout on the floor.
Well, this game went pretty much as expected. Both teams do like to play into the 70s. Their scores have been in this range, in the 70s. And you knew it was probably going to be a close game that would come down to the wire and probably be decided on the foul line.
That'll send the freshman Jeff White to the free throw line.
What they may want to do here is make one and then miss the second one and hope for a putback.
Do coaches work on plays like that in practice?
Knowing Coach DeFrederico, they probably have. They're very well prepared. And I don't think there are too many situations that go uncovered.
Two seconds to go. Jeff White, the freshman, at the free throw line. Jeff's had a big game tonight, having 16 points so far on the ball game. Sinks his first free throw.
Now the question is here, will he try to miss this on the front of the rim? Try to let his players get the offensive rebound, I think?
I think that's what's going to happen. Yes. I don't think they're going to get that 1 second back.
The buzzer did go off, and the referees are now discussing it. And they call it the ball game, and they
call the ball game.
The coaches go a little crazy as the ball game's over, 75-73. Hampden wins.
Well, the rule is there's 1 second what they call lag time. And in high school, if it's one, you can't put 1 second back because they allow that 1 second lag time.
So Hampden with an impressive victory coming down to Nokomis. Not an easy floor to play on and pulling out the tough victory over a scrappy Warriors team tonight. Just can't seem to get over that hump in these big games in the Big East.
They played a very good third quarter, at least the first half of the third quarter. Then it slipped a little bit at the end of the quarter, and I would say that Hampden made more plays down the stretch.
So I guess that'll do it for us here. Thank you for watching. Thanks, Coach, for coming on and doing
Thank
the
you for
game.
having me. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks, Andrea.
Yes.
And we'll see y'all next time.
Good night.